Hi, Mrs. Bradley here, and this video tutorial is to help you answer the 16-mark question, Explain the Importance of, which features on the Paper 2 under the American West section. For the importance question that features on the American West paper, you will need to talk about two different features and the importance of them, and you will have a choice of three. In one page of the paper, it will ask you to indicate your first choice on this page, and you will need to tick the one you wish to write about and then write your answer. Later on in the paper, it will give you a page that says indicate your second choice. You will then need to tick that one that you would like to write about and complete your answer. The total marks for this question are 16. You can gain 8 for one answer and 8 for another. We are going to work through this example question. Explain the importance of the buffalo to the Plains Indians' way of life. In the exam, you will need to refer back to your revision and think about the Plains Indians' way of life and how they interacted with the buffalo and why they were significant to them. For the sake of this video tutorial, I have assembled the key information you will need together. There are two significant ways that the buffalo are important to the Plains Indians' way of life. First of all, it allowed the Plains Indians to survive on the desert plain, and second of all, the buffalo was important to their culture. You will need supporting information for each of these points, and they will form a paragraph each. To support our point that it allowed the Plains Indians to survive on the Great Plain, we can add the information that 2 to 3 successful hunts a year would sustain these Indians in food and shelter. Parts of the buffalo could be eaten straight away, but others could be smoked to keep meat for a very long time. And every bit of it was used in everyday items such as the tongue for a hairbrush, or the fat was used for cooking and making soaps. If we want to support the point that the buffalo is important to the Plains Indians' culture, we can argue that it gives warriors honour and prestige from their skill of hunting. Their hides were treated to make rawhide and often made the clothing that they wore as a signature of who they were, and the parts of the buffalo were used ceremonially, such as the skull, which was used in rituals, or the heart, which was cut out, placed on the ground to give new life to the herd of buffalo. Don't forget our peel paragraph structure. Every paragraph should have a point that is focused on the question. For instance, buffalo was important to the Plains Indians' way of life because it allowed them to live on the Great Plains. Focus on the question and our points. We will include our knowledge, our evidence, like we saw on the previous slide. We will include our intelligent explanation, this meant that, as a result. So we will link it to why it was important to the Plains Indians, and we can link it back to the question with a finishing sentence. Therefore, the buffalo was essential to the Plains Indians' way of life on the Great Plains. Here you can see a model answer with the peel paragraph structure in place. I colour-coded the paragraph for you to see clearly where the point, evidence and explanation and a link back to the question is. Why don't you pause the video and read through these two paragraphs? It will give you a good idea of what you'll need to do for this question in the exam. As you can see from the question above, you can see it would like you to explain 2 of the following points out of the 3. However, for each, you will need to include 2 paragraphs, each of those focused on the importance of the given feature. The skills that you will need is to show AO1, knowledge and understanding of the features, and AO2, analysis of consequence and significance. Each of your paragraphs will be marked separately. As you can see, the mark scheme goes up to 8 marks, so each will be marked out of 8. If you only give a general answer with limited development and limited knowledge and understanding, for each paragraph you will gain 1 to 2 marks. If you give some explanation, attempt analysis, and give some accurate and relevant information and knowledge, then you will gain 3 to 5 marks per paragraph. If you give an explanation showing lots of analysis of importance, accurate and relevant information showing good knowledge, which is why we need to do 2 paragraphs, then you will gain 6 to 8 marks. This mark scheme is a general one from this question and can be used in reference to any practice questions you do relating to explain 2 of the following, the importance of. Don't forget, in the revision guide that we gave you on the American West, after every key topic section, there are exam-style questions that you can plan and practice. Don't forget that the importance question is there too, and you could plan each of these as a good form of revision.